Hey, hello.
Sup?
Yep. Alright, so one of my players can't make it and they just canceled. Do you mind if I bring someone else in to play?
No, I'm not playing off rosters.
Alright,
There's
well,
no way I'm gonna have an off roster unless he. What it depends. What rank is he?
he's P3.
I have his tracker.
I'm sorry?
His tracker.
Yo?
Yeah, they say that one of their players canceled. One of their players apparently canceled.
That's not how it works.
Alright, I pray now. Go play for him.
No, that's not how. That's no.
No, it's not how it works. It's he wants to pull an off roster. So he wants to.
Well, then we get an extra point. No, that's not how it works. But
He wants to pull an off roster, and unless he gives me the. Unless he gives me a tracker, then I'm not doing it.
Just invite somebody, it doesn't matter.
It does
I mean,
matter.
it does.
I'm not sitting here for 30 minutes.
No, that's not how it works. It's if they don't pull somebody, that means they forfeited. I'm gonna check.
No, they have to pull someone
just
from
sent it to
roster,
you.
don't they?
You sent me the roster, the kid. Alright. Keone? Keone is a team hopper. You know that, right?
Well, I don't care.
Alright then, you can pull in Keone. Keone's trash. I've tried out him before. He's very bad. No, don't worry guys, it's just an extra, like, trash gold. That's Keone in a nutshell. He's at plat 2, but he's not good.
This it? So good.
Who's eating KFC?
I mean,
Who's
cat and dog.
eating Mickey D's?
Eating cat and dog.
Escargot. You here?
Keone.
I'm here. Am I good to start?
Keone. Wait, Keone.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, you remember me, bro?
I don't even fucking know you.
Yeah, you
Why
do.
you lying?
You know
Why you
you're
lying?
not, fam. Yo. What team are you on? You say some stupid team, Coxie Enormous? Coxie Enormous.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, fam, you're trash, bro. When you did my trial,
can
you
I
were
start it
trash,
already?
bro. You went like 0-7 in the unranked term.
Yeah, I started.
Just started.
I wasn't even unranked.
Stupid. Yeah, actually,
Dog water, dog water.
Well, that was fun. Anyways, for those of you watching at home or wherever you are, we got Midnight League action here. In fact, it is actually Division 3, Week 2, to be more specific. We have, drumroll please, Rose Gaming attacking first on Villa against Hidden Reapers, as you can tell, have our off roster, and last time I saw Rose Gaming was a few weeks ago, might have been last week, might have been the week after, but not too long since when I saw them and now, so it should be interesting to watch for sure. And then Hidden Reapers, I mean, I've heard of them, but never actually seen them play, so it'll be a first for me, for them at least. And speaking on this map, actually, bit of an interesting map. I mean, there's certainly some unique ways to go at it. Obviously, there's the basement, which there's no objectives on. It's all hard floor, or hard ceiling, depending on how you want to call it. So, not very used. You could certainly try and make use of that, but I don't think that's very smart unless you have some sort of definitive advantage, or you really know how, which is kind of difficult. And then obviously, the strength of Mira, as we're seeing here, obviously, getting banned. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that a lot of these walls here, the aviator wall, the game wall, master wall over there by actually statuary, and then the walls over in dining, most if not all of them, can be impact tracked actually. So there's another way to keep walls closed here for either team really, but namely the defending team, since they will have guaranteed 6 rounds here on the defense. actually. So you could certainly, instead of bringing an electric or bringing the mute, you don't have the Kaid anymore, so you'd either bring branded or mute. You could bring some impacts instead. So, you know, a Legion, a Maestro, really, to get that done. Maybe even a Valkyrie, since she does now have impacts, actually.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I already said Midnight D3, but there you go. I repeated it for you. I hope you're happy. Anyways, going to be moving on to this objective, and to speak on the bans that we saw earlier, actually, or just before this, you have the two GEO operators banned. Jackal, obviously very strong kit, does have the smokes, probably one of the strongest weapons in the game in that C7E, as well as, obviously, you know, can do roam clearing with that Inox. It also can sort of boost your drone game in a sense, using the scanning and also just being able to see footprints. So it does help out quite a bit with a team, and will allow actually the defending team to sort of proliferate on the roam relay, especially considering that there is that basement that does sort of open up that opportunity if the defending team, or if either team really, but namely Hidden Reapers, considering that they have these 6 guaranteed rounds on the defense, it should open up opportunities for them. And then Mirror banned mainly for this site here that we're seeing now. Aviator and Games just had that very strong mirror setup on both the Games wall and one of these two panels, and then on the Aviator wall with the other panel. And the strength of this is that obviously it can be taken down from below, considering that it is soft floor, so you could just go below into library, this hallway, and workshop, especially as you're seeing here now with the Ash, and especially this IQ of Super Money actually is using the RED to find those bandit batteries and take them out from below, and is succeeding. At least got 2 of them. Might be looking for more, and it will get actually all 4 of them. I don't think that the bandit of Keone-kun, not Keone-kun, actually, Mr. Clean, pardon me, has really realized that he'll now face a bit of pressure from below as an Ash charge will go down right in front of that doorway at the hands of ZZ Norax. IA Radium was lower there as he tried to push in, presumably into study, and now he is settled in there. Actually moved to the red stairs, main stairs, pardon me, as he will take down, I don't know, Tristan for the first kill of this game, actually, for in a 5v4 now, being established by the attacking team of Gross Gaming. As you can see, trying to lay the objective of being Mr. Clean, just holding down sort of the connector of the 2 sites. Hunting Vault actually can hold an angle there onto the study doorway, but still, that study wall is open, and it's been both thermite charges, even though they have the ability to open up this Games wall and sort of push out the smoke, and the Maestro gonna actually just open that even more, which is a bit of a head scratcher here for the attacking team, pardon me, of Rose Gaming. Obviously trying to pressure the other side to be Super Money. Just pushing himself down 90 long, has to deal with that Maestro right around where the head glitch is, as Y Ghost will fall at the hands of Big Daddy David. He's in the Maestro. Evil Eye got an assist there, presumably, actually from Mr. Clean, who will be lowered by IE Radium, but IE Radium, one of the diffusers, quite low. Let's say probably 15-20 health at this point. Still has to deal with the situation where they're down a man, they're low on time, they do have a wall open, but they don't have the ideal setup here. They didn't really deal with Keone on the roam, and so they're in a bit of a bad spot. Who's who? Hernandez, Rose Gaming is attacking first. They are the blue team. Radium can actually push forward there. Spotting Mr. Clean does take him down. Spots Keone-kun as well, but doesn't matter. The Jaeger there will pick off Radium. And now it is a 2v4, potentially a 2v3. If 2v2, actually, Keone is down and out thanks to Super Money with just him and Keone-kun. But they are low on time. They don't have a diffuser down yet. 2v2, as there goes finishing Mr. Clean. 2v1, I Am Metal getting a double kill there on the Ghost. It's left to just Big Daddy, and there you go. The Maestro, Meatball Man, gets the round for his team just by the virtue of time. They are favoring the defensive team. And now, can actually move over to Trophy and Statuary here. Will be Hidden Reapers as their secondary site. I'm not all that surprised by that, actually. So, not a big shocker in choosing Trophy and Statuary as their second site, but we'll be bringing the Yoruni. I don't know if that's going to be 6 picked off of. I doubt it, but it's still interesting to see. And we're seeing a mute and a castle emerge, actually. No problem. So the interesting thing about that is that we're
Attackers
seeing
need to locate
two
and
operators in the mute in the castle, drone denial, and also sort of cutting off sidelines that are usually associated with an extension here. So they might be actually looking to extend into usually what we see on this side in terms of castle plays is, castle just this barricade, just this window here, and that archway really of master, and then sometimes a castle there as well. Shield, sometimes even a Volcan, rotate right around on this wall, usually on the rightmost panel. And Mr. Clean will actually gun down David. That's not good. I mean, you're losing, not only are you losing the Aruni, so you're losing that sort of passive gadget and the prosthetic that can allow you to do some rotations without wasting any ammunition. But you're also losing, I think there was only 2, actually, of the 3 Aruni gates deployed. So that's really not the way that they wanted to start off this round, especially considering that we're facing an interesting lineup here from Rose Gaming. They do have double hard reach, and they obviously have the soft slash secondary supported by metal, and I need Radium doing as well as Super Money on entry with that sort of soft breach. Remember, looking to go vertical here would be Super Money, as you can see, is actually droning out that laundry side, so might be eyeing some sort of vertical push here onto this trophy wall, which has been muted actually. No bandit batteries. Instead, I'm going to bring in the mute, which is a bit of an interesting choice considering that they had the ability to, and it's not like they were extending themselves to cover any sort of castle barricades. Speaking of castle barricades, though, I'm going to take a look at those now. Obviously, one on that window, which didn't really do much. This one isn't really doing anything, not really covering anywhere or stopping any sight lines. So that's a bit of a waste, I'd say. Also, will give free access to this wall for that thermite, as you can see. Although it wouldn't have been very hard for him to get it if that wasn't castle barricaded. I don't know where the third one is. And there it is. That's very easy for the attack to take out. And so overall, I'd say it's a bit of a wasted pick. 4v3 Keone will pick down Iron Metal. But Norax also going to get a kill on the Mr. Clean. So the one that TK'd will now be the next one to fall for Hidden Reapers. As you can see, Christian will want to nail there onto that barricade. Actually, that was put up on a Naruni Surya Gate, which is an interesting choice for him. Keone-kun going to try and play a short roam here. Spotted by Super Money will take him out for 4v2 now. It's up to just Tristan and Ghost, who are just trying to hold down the side here, but they're outnumbered here 2-1 with about half the round remaining for the attack to make a move. Obviously, Tristan spotting that thermite. They're also going to spot 4v1 though. Spotting the sledge by Radium. Doesn't even matter. He got the kill. And is one step closer to winning this round and bringing it to 1-1 tie here. Ghost Slave's the last one left. Outnumbered against facing the entirety of Rose Gaming. 3v1, he'll get a kill onto IA Radium, but still has to deal with not only Ghost planting, but also super pushing into 90. I could just hear it. I could feel it coming in the air tonight, to quote Phil Collins. As you can see, impacts that open. Got the free sight line. Managed to play the crossfire beautifully, and that was the round for them. That IQ should have reloaded. She had time. Yeah. You just got to keep in mind that hindsight is 20/20, and in the heat of a moment, your vision isn't always that clear. But anyways, Hidden Reapers will be returning actually to this objective here of Trophy and Statuary. And Mr. Clean, I don't know if you're listening or not. I hope not. I sure as hell hope not. But we'll be switching over to the Bandit. We'll sort of strengthen that denial. We'll actually be able to destroy stuff instead of just stopping it from detonating. So it's a bit better. Obviously doesn't cover as much land, obviously. You can only get 4 walls or 4 hatches or, 4 shields or 4 barbed wire, but I don't know why you would really do any of the latter 3. Compared to a mute jammer. A mute jammer can cover, if the statistic is about 2.5 panels per jammer. So in total you could cover 10 actually. So thanks to the amount of mute jammers, you could technically get the most amount of walls, but it's not very strong considering that all you do is just stop it from detonating. And even with certain gadgets, they will, once you destroy the jammer, they'll go off. For example, the Ace Selma, as we're seeing from Norax, we'll be bringing that, and even then, all you have to do is just place it there and then wait for the mute jammer to go, and then you can just press it. It's not as strong as a electric, actually. The Bandit in this case, or the Kaid, which will actually destroy the gadget, which is bit more helpful, I'd say, than just stopping it from detonating. As you can see, just setting themselves up similar to what we saw last time, and once again, Tristan bringing that castle, I don't think that that's going to really do much. I mean, even look at this. Master, one wall's castle, one barricade has been turned into a castle barricade on that window. The other was not, so you could really just ignore it entirely. That's a very nice Valk camera that I'm seeing now. As you can see, Ghost Slave's can actually be bringing in that Valkyrie, trying to get some additional intel for his team, actually, and that would certainly be what they would appreciate, actually. Nox might have been hit there, but luckily avoids taking any real damage. I think IE Radium was the one who took that, actually. As you can see, just setting up a small sightline there, actually, would be Norax gonna shoot off the other part, so that's a bit of an interesting choice from him. Might have been just trying to make some sort of sideline. This potato a bit actually on Tristan, and lets Tristan know that he's over there, which is interesting choices from him, to say the least. Anyways, looking at this push here from Rose Gaming, just the same pushes we saw last round, and gonna still be effective though. Keone will ever get a pick there onto IE Radium. 4v4 though, Norax takes out Tristan, goes to actually trade his teammate away, and it's now up to just clean Ghost Slaves and Big Daddy, who's actually on the roam here as Vigil. He sort of switched on from what he was at before, and now is doing something a bit different. 4v2, 3v2 though, Nox gets a kill on Mr. Clean, Big Daddy, David will actually trade him away, so still a man advantage favoring the attacking team actually of Rose Gaming, but it's almost definitely factually closer now to the end of the round, considering that there's only one person left. Actually, Super Money will get a pick onto Ghost Slaves. So it's just Big Daddy, who's actually offside. I mean, he's holding the diffuser, but still. And why Ghost will get the kill and the round there. It's now 2-1 here. Rose Gaming will take the round advantage, and now they might be looking at another attack on Aviator Games, considering that that's the only site here that Hidden Reapers has actually won. Okay, and now, looking at the next round, we're going to see a bit of a interesting choice there from Norax. I mean, he's bringing the fuse. I think that they're anticipating the kitchen attack, considering that they've brought that out, but actually will be going down to, across to Aviator in games, as I was predicting. This is the site that they've won on, but then again, they are 1-1 on this objective, so, you know, can't exactly say that they're super effective, but they are better than... They are doing better than 0% on this objective, at the very least. No, they're actually are 100% on this objective. Pardon me. I thought that they were 1-1. They were actually 1-0 on this site. So it's going to look to keep that at 2-0. Actually, would be the defending team. Hidden Reapers are doing an okay job. I mean, they're playing fairly conservatively. Their only real roamer is Keone, and even then he's roaming with one Jaeger ADS. I don't know why. It's an interesting choice from him, but, you know, I can't exactly complain about it, considering that he is getting a result for his team, though he will be just shut off there from IE Radium. Just saw the spawn peak just in plain sight, and managed to take it down for a 5v4 now, actually, for the attacking team of Rose Gaming. That's going to make it a lot harder here for the remaining players of, actually, Hidden Reapers, especially considering the fact that between the remaining players, they all have a total of 3 kills. It's not looking so great for them. This is proving to be a very strategy-based, I'd say, game where it's just about, you know, winning the wall, and then from there, playing correctly, playing smartly, really, which is what appears to be the strategy of Hidden Reapers, actually. And now Super Money will be playing the Giannis, you can tell, so is actually going to be on that replicator. Does, however, have to deal with the mute jammers that have been placed here by Ghost. And interesting choices from them. Obviously, actually interesting choices from him, as well as Norax, considering that he's bringing the fuse, who isn't very good. And there you go, Ghost Slaves going to take down Norax. Nothing against him, just not a very strong operator. And as you can see, Super Money going to be trying to frag that wall down and keep it closed, actually. Potential impact trick here, actually, by the Wamai. Tristan doesn't even notice. What are you doing? Turned away from the wall. Playing with fire. Doesn't get burnt yet, but still, definitely going to pick off Super Money for 3v4, so it does stop any more hologramming in the mid to late round. And interesting enough, Wild Ghost is actually trying to push forward here. Does get a pick there on Mr. Clean, who's just sitting there unaware. really is. As you can see, Wygo's going to try and push forward now, actually, into Aviator, and there you go, just get that wall open, and we'll sort of flip the side on its head, at least for Big Daddy as the Maestro. He'll have to switch up where he's anchoring. Ghost Slave's also holding down, actually, Vault here with Kristen, the two of them trying to do what they can. In a 3v3 situation without a minute left, so obviously, could be worse, could be better for them. Big Daddy going to get some chip damage there, about, say, 80 or so, onto, that would be I Am Metal. He's just a bit unaware. 2v3, though, 2v2! What the... Ghost got the kill onto Tristan, but I Need Radium traded his teammate away for nothing? Kind of TK. So at least does finally itch a kill on board. He will, however, fall into Ghost Slaves, and I'm sure that they're a bit mad about that one, because they are now in a 1v2. Except they're just Iron Metal, who's on site here. I don't think they really realize it, but he's just sitting on the objective pretty comfortably as well. Last up one is actually Big Daddy David again. 1v1 is Iron Metal will pick off Ghost Slaves. Gonna try and make a push now. Does have the diffuser in hand. We'll look for it now for the plant. Might have some sort of plant denial on him. Potentially Big Daddy David might have a camera. Will impact that, actually try and force him off the diffuser, but too little too late. Iron Metal will actually set himself up in the post plant now, trying to figure out a way to succeed really on this situation. He's got the advantage of being in post plant, but he's still in a 1v1, so if he dies, then the round almost guaranteedly goes the way of Hidden Reapers. There you go, I Am Metal will get the kill onto Big Daddy David, and unfortunately for Hidden Reapers, their success rate on this site will fall to 1-1, as they will go down 3-1. And it's not looking so great for them. Obviously, 2 rounds to make a recovery. They could still actually etch out an even half, 3-3. But no matter what, they won't be going into the second half of this matchup, the attacking half as well, with any sort of round advantage, any sort of blanket. In fact, they might be going into the second half with a deficit, potentially. And to talk about those other 2 bands that I didn't really hit on, you have the Thatcher and the Kaid, sort of 2 secondary support or hard reach and wall denial band, so it does mean that there's no way to really hold down hatches with electric or with any other sort of form of denial outside of maybe an impact trick, but I don't think you really need to do that. And then obviously not as much covered. A Kaid clock can cover about 3 walls each, so you can cover 6 with electric. Bit better than the bandit, but is slower obviously, and, at least in my opinion, doesn't have as strong of a weapon, but still an interesting choice in that. And obviously the Thatcher to make it a bit harder to get walls open. He did get nerfed a while back, so isn't as strong as he potentially could be, because it no longer destroys gadgets, he only disables. Does take a bit more coordination, but still always a good band unless you're playing Coastline. So certainly interesting to see. And now once again going to Aviator Games here will be the defending team of Hidden Reapers. And to speak on the last round, I mean, it was pretty even. Heck, I mean, Rose made mistakes there. They literally had a TK that gave away the man advantage to the defending team, and yet still, they couldn't stop a plant, they couldn't keep the man advantage going, they couldn't trade, they were really unaware and played with fire, and that's when they got burnt. And that's what cost them the round, really. So they'll be trying to play a bit smarter here, try and waste a bit more time, try and actually trade with each other, which is going to be a big issue for them now, as it will be their penultimate round, and potentially their final round on this objective until overtime, if we do get to that position. Once again, the yawning on our Mars, so we'll be getting some free intel on that, some obviously somewhat unlimited intel, including that they do remake themselves over time, and clearing out those evil eyes, which were pretty big nuisance really for the attacking team. As Tristan will actually be the first pick for this round. Mr. Clean, however, playing below sight here. Interesting to see him in this position. He's been mostly just on the objective playing anchor so far, but now we'll be on the Roman. He's being ignored, in all honesty. He's not making any sort of impact on the round. He's not going for a flank. He's basically just letting the attack ignore him. But maybe ignored no longer, as he's now going to push up red stairs looking for a kill onto Norax, who's playing over in Statuary. Gonna get on a drone there, and that might allow Mr. Clean to kill potentially. Mr. Clean gonna push forward now. Instead of, seeing at that point, will just instead go for the aggro push and gets taken down for a 5v3 now. This is not the textbook plan that they had here for Hidden Reapers. I mean, they're obviously down 2 rounds. They could be down 3 by the end of this next one. In 5v2, Super Money will take out Keonikun for a 5v1, actually double kill onto Ghost Slaves, and there you go. My Ghost wipes out Big Daddy David for a flawless round for Rose Gaming. And no matter what now, they will have at least 2 rounds of a blanket on their defending half as well. So, should be in a very good situation. You eating good? I was trying to avoid mukbang. I'm sorry, but I was having some cold mac and cheese. That was a nice clutch. The Meister should place one on Aviator. He should have, or at least traded his teammate there instead of just sitting behind, GameSpar. Just off the plant. Yeah, and then. So, it can very well be a 5-1-half as well. This is the thing that I wanted to bring up. So, either a 4-2 or 5-1-half here for Rose Gaming. No matter what, they'll have 2 rounds minimum of a blanket of an advantage going into the defending half for them. Alright. Thanks, boys. Thanks. I had to get some sort of food in.
Bomb located by
It is about 7:30 in my time zone, so gotta say that. But anyways, I mean, there's a potential here for the attacking team to actually go 5-1 and get the 4-round advantage going into the defending half. Be only 1 round off of match point. That would be, I'd say, ideal for them. Nearly picture perfect, really. So might be looking for that, maybe not, but interesting choices here from the defending team. No extension into Memorial. They did bring the castle, however. We'll be castling off the objective, so giving away laundry for free to the attack. Giving away pantry for free to the attack. Let's see what else he gives away for free. He gave away this side of the objective without any contest. Didn't put up this reinforcement in the middle that you often see. So, some pretty simple mistakes here. Obviously, it's not an easy site to hold, but the concepts of this site, which are an extension into Memorial, often with a castle barricade right here, and holding vertical, which, as you can tell, actually, Big Daddy David is doing once again on the roam here. Didn't make much of an impact last time he was on the roam, but looking to potentially make that impact, actually. So, he's going to try and hold down the vertical, waste for as much time as possible on that, actually. And it does actually alert them that he's in that vicinity. However, rotates away, so they'll now be a bit more cautious as he'll just... I don't know why he's pushing away. He's not really being pressured. He needs to actually waste some time here instead of just giving away pieces of the site slowly. Sure, he's slowing them down a bit, but he's not really doing anything on the roam. And sorry to start yelling at him, but still, it's a simple mistake that needs to be addressed. And actually, interestingly enough, Keonikun going to rotate up. He still has 1 ADS left on him for no reason. He's going to be lower there and out thanks to Norax, who ended up rushing in. Lost about half of his health just under. Super Money, however, with about 5 health left to me. Something around there. Tristan will be lowered as well, presumably from the vertical now. As you can tell, the laundry wall has been opened up, actually, by Wide Ghost. And now I'll be looking for a plant here, or at least an execute. They don't have smokes? And I said that in a question sort of sense, as I wasn't sure, but I can confirm that they do not have smokes. So they can't really go for a smoke plant. 5v2 though, Norak's going to take down Tristan. Big Daddy David will fall at the hands of IE Radium, since it's just Ghost Slaves. And Keonikun 3k from Norax as he takes down Ghost Slaves. Keonikun going to pick off IE Radium. Let's have 1v4 here for Keonikun with a 4-round advantage here for the attacking team on the line. He will drop down the skylight, but Super Money picks him off. Makes it look easy and gets a 5-1 advantage in the second half here for his team. And gonna take a peek at the scoreboard now as we switch sides at the end of this first half. Super Money leading his team with 7-1, 7.0 KD currently. Norris also has 7 kills, 7 and 3, so not as strong in my opinion. The 2 top fraggers of their team, and then looking actually at the side of Hidden Reapers, Keone going to be leading his team with 5 kills. Going just around 5 and 6, so a bit unfortunate for them. And they're on the struggle bus now. Obviously, they're on the attack, so it's going to be harder for them considering that this is Villa and this is a map that usually favors the defending team. Though it could very well be a time. This could be a game where it favors the attack. But still, I mean, they're not on a great spot here. They're 1 round away from being put at match point and in a sort of must-win situation, but still.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It feels like Reappears don't know what they're doing. I don't think they have an IGL. If they do, the IGL is not very communicative or not very good. So that's part of it, at least in terms of communicating strategy on the defense. And then I would agree with you. I mean, the council barricades were kind of pointless. They're not really doing much on the roam. It's really a purposeless roam. So I would agree that they appear a bit, a bit sleepy. And I've been meaning to do this for a while.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Oh god, I feel bad. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. I have multitasked enough for the time being, but gonna be bringing something fairly traditional. I mean, they have the Valkyrie for intel, Ghost as the bandit on the roam as well, so we'll be trying to just deny some walls from afar. Super Money bringing that classic smoke with the shield replacement that I've actually seen 1 round simply because of that additional cover. I need Radiant breaking drone denial, and also allows them to cover a bit more territory in terms of walls, considering that he does have the 4 jammers. And then Norix bringing that always pick Jaeger. I don't know what he's looking at right now. I don't know if he's AFK or just trying to examine the upholstery on that sofa. I don't know exactly. It's interesting, to say the least. They're just potatoing and can't win their 1v1s, but also that sounds like D3. I mean, yeah, it is the lowest division. They are potatoing. I think that a big part of it as well is 4v5. Christian will get a kill there onto Iron Metal to remove the Valkyrie from the equation. He's already put down all his utility and might have just lost obviously a gun and a nitro. Tristan about to half health now. 3v5, 3v4 though. Norix will trade actually a kill onto Big Daddy David for Keone Kun picking off Iron Radium, so still have Super Money on the board, so that's the more important thing I'd say. And Ghost is still on the roam actually. I'm looking for a flank here. Does need to get back to site soon though, because his teammates are facing a 1v4 on the objective. I don't know, Tristan is on site and potentially looking for a plant, but will be smoked out by Super. 1v4. Mr. Clean takes down White Ghost. I don't know, Tristan down and out thanks to Super Money getting that hard ping actually. The assistance 1v3. Mr. Clean now looking for the plant here. And unfortunately, Keone-kun, fortunately for Rose, does take down Super Money. And that'll be the round there for Hidden Reapers. And what a way to open up the second half. I mean, looking very complacent, to say the least. Looking very inept, in all honesty, was the now attacking team of Hidden Reapers. But managed to recover, managed to really open up well here against Rose Gaming, who didn't seem all that prepared. I mean, I think they had already finished all their site setup, but still, at that point, you need to do something, really. You need to actually know how to hold down the site, because they just gave up the wall pretty easily. No tricking, obviously. No impact tricking either. And then they just didn't win 1v1s, and as Wooby said, if they're not winning 1v1s, then you're not really winning this game, because it's not a lot of these rounds have been won by the other team planting, by the attacking team planting. So, considering that, you really need to get the refrags. That's the most important thing. I'm casting your game tonight. Oh, which game? I'm confused now. Okay? Somebody explain. I am major confused. Anyways. Oh, for UGO, the Insanity game? Did I finally get put down for that one? Let me see. I did! Let's go! I have to laugh at that, in all honesty. Anyways, I don't know what's happening here from Norax. Still has one ADS left on him. I don't know why people do this. Are you trying to ADS trick? Or do you want to do a mobile ADS placement while you're on the roam? It's confusing, to say the least. My player carrying. Why'd you want that game? Because it fit my schedule, and also because that's the ramp for the other team. I have no idea how to pronounce it, so I'm just gonna call it China Petrochemical Group Limited. I know that guy, so I like him. So like, you know, gotta be friendly and all that. It's so hard to read the names. Anyways, for that will be the first kill of this round, and Super Money will finally take down Big Daddy David. Only a minute in, so obviously we'll be looking to waste a bit more time, and certainly looking to waste time on the vertical now would be why Ghost is. He's actually below sight. Might be looking for a nitro potentially. He does have that C4 available to him if he gets a hard bang from one of his teammates, which I don't think they have any intel on there. They don't actually. No Val cams, no evil eyes, no default cams obviously, and no Mozzie pasta drones. So we just have to take a gander really, I guess. And as you can see, that Valkyrie, you know, as I'm saying that, I will be corrected. Super Money takes the kill down to Keone-kun. 5v2, Norax will pick off Tristan. It's up to just Mr. Clean and Ghost Slaves. As I was saying that, Nomad actually was just sitting there helping get assistance from the Mr. Clean. Valkyrie Twitch. Very close, I'm sorry. I'll keep on potatoing on that. 4v1, Norax will fall as well. Just Ghost Slaves against more than half of Rose Gaming. Does have about a minute left, does have the diffuser, doesn't have a wall though. Doesn't have any soft breach really, unless he wants to try and make a frag grenade sized hole in a wall, which would be interesting. So he is in a bad spot here, trying to make a recovery. He will actually get a free pick off of almost a free pick onto I'd rate him. Can actually reverse it. Wow. I was very unfortunate there for the Maverick. Really should have just gotten the kill at that point. I mean, he literally got air jabbed, and yet he was still able to not only start making his way back inside, but decided to change his mind, run back out, and get the kill. So, a bit embarrassing there for Hidden Reapers. That'll be a match point. They have to win 4 rounds in a row just to get to overtime, and even from there, there's no guarantees as to what happens next. You know, they could still very well lose in that overtime situation, but considering how Rose Gaming is doing, and they still have Aviator as well as actually Dining and Kitchen, since they still have both of those available, it could really go either way. So I think it's unlikely though that this round is going to go the way of this game. Pardon me, it's going to go the way of actually Hidden Reapers. So never say never, but still.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And now, as you can see, trying to... What division of EGL? I hope it doesn't go to OT, though. It would take forever. It would. I'm really done with it. This is going to go to OT, though. I could see maybe one or two more rounds for the defense. But I don't think this is going to go to overtime. It seems really unlikely, considering that after just 2 more rounds, you know, at 6-4, they will have Trophy and Statuary opened up to them again, so it doesn't seem likely that Rose Gaming will lose this, but, you know, they could very well throw this away. They could throw that opportunity away. And I'm gonna now go check the divisions for, I think it was a Ruby or was it Jared that was asking? One or the other. It is Division 2. There's only 2 divisions. Actually, so... Jesus. And, as you can see, a bit of interference there from the Malusi Banshee, but nobody really to capitalize on it. Keone-kun going to take that out with ease, and he's sort of their best chances here. I mean, in the rounds where he's getting kills, they win the round. In the round where he dies first, or he dies early on without getting any kills, especially, that's a really difficult round for them, to say the least. If not, you know, a round that's guaranteedly lost, considering that he's sort of the one leading the charge for them at this point. He's the top frag. He's currently the only one going positive, nothing against the rest of them. 4v5, Big Daddy Dave will actually use a skeleton key against Super Money to get a 5v4. Don't know exactly how Super Money let that happen. Why are you doing that against a buck? Good sir. And that'll be a 5v4 now for Rose, so we'll make it a bit harder for them now as they are down a man. Yeah. Mutual has 2 divisions. All they need to do to win 2 defenses holding us up hit plat 1 just doing that. Yeah, I mean, they just have to play smart now. Waste time. And ideally pick off Keone, but you know, no guarantees on that. Keone might be looking for a push here onto 90, as you can see, just holding that down, holding an angle very statically would be Ghost. I'm hoping statically is a word. Now, as you can see, flanking around would be Big Daddy David looking to go up red stairs, actually. I don't think that they really realize it. He's certainly eyeing that push. Might be looking for a pick here, actually, onto the mute of Black Ghost. I don't think he's really realized it yet. 3v5, 2v5! Double kill from Big Daddy David, as well as Koenigsegg getting a pick on his North. 1v all. Here, Smoke goes out there from Metal, so he'll be taking out 1v4. Ghost Slaves trades Keone away for IE Radium, and the round goes the way of Hidden Reapers, who are still down here. Starting to win 3 rounds in a row, but closer. They are now down only by 3 rounds. Only by 6-3. Now to talk about how this game has been going, I mean, it's been interesting. You have 2 teams that don't appear particularly adept at defense, facing off on a map that is usually for the defending team. So, it's resulting in this very weird situation where, simply because Radium and the rest of Rose Gaming sort of dominate on the attack, they put themselves into the spot where they're now in a bit of an odd spot. I mean, they're at match point, but they're on defense, and they're showing themselves to be not all that strong currently. And I would agree with Wooby. They need more intel and more roamers, especially more roamers. I mean, they have enough intels or intel denial, I'd say. They just need more roamers. They need to waste more time because currently all that's happening for Hidden Reapers is that they don't even have to deal with the roamer. They're just getting a really easy, quick 5v4. That's just on the last round, or no roamer at all. So that's what's resulting in this very quick side push, this sort of 5-man collapse that we're seeing from the attacking team.
Located.
Now, looking at the lineup here of Rose Gaming, there's sort of an elephant in the room, and that is one Ghost is playing Caveira, not a very strong roamer, and there goes Keone picked off by Norax, getting a double kill actually onto Mr. Clean as well. So it does actually manage to sort of clean up Mr. Clean. That's not only a 2-man advantage, but also takes down Keone. Has been very potent on the attack, especially for the defending team, formerly defending, now attacking team of Hidden Reapers. So that might be the beginning of the end here for Hidden Reapers. Obviously, they could make a recovery. They're only down by 2, but they are at match point. They don't have a lot of numbers left, a lot of intel really. So just gonna try and do what they can. Now Radium will fall at the hands of Tristan. What were you doing, Radium? You could have just played that a lot better than trying to beat him at his own game. But Tristan going to become a bit of a rat there, and let's get the kill. As I don't know, Tristan will almost fall there, and there you go. Super Money takes him out. For 4v2 now, outnumbered 2-1 will be Ghost Slaves and Big Daddy David trying to take down actually the roamer there, Super Money, who pulls up the C75. 2v1, 4v1. Pardon me. I'm Metal gets the kill onto Ghost Snipes, and Wild Ghost gets the final kill of the game onto Big Daddy David, and that'll be it. 7-3. Rose Gaming bests Hidden Reapers.
bro. Like,
GG.
good game, guys. You guys played well.